Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
Appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Get through it, baby. One day away from the weekend. Welcome to your Thursday. Time in life just flying by.
It's because we're having fun, brother.
That's it, man. I wouldn't have it any other way. It's all good. I was looking ahead of the calendar a little bit, and time is speeding up. On Tuesday, that's when the new Disney Plus streaming service is going to be coming out. And I assume right away you'll be able to get that Mandalorian, which is the Star Wars show that they've done about bounty hunters that looks just as good as it looks like you're watching a movie. And that's the weird thing. I mean, it hasn't TV really changed our perspective now, because we watch TV shows that look like, movies.
I feel like
crazy.
I feel like Breaking Bad kind of set that standard. Watching that, you go, oh my gosh, every episode's like a damn movie.
Something did, yeah.
Sopranos, really, they were like that too.
Yeah, and it's just, but TV always had a different look than a movie did, and you could just look at one frame, you'd be like, TV, movie, TV, movie. It was easy. It would have been a no-brainer game. Now, put Game of Thrones up there and be like, TV or movie. Like,
yeah.
And you didn't know. You'd be like, it's a movie, no doubt.
Well, Game of Thrones had some episodes that was an hour, 20 minutes. That's a fucking movie.
Yeah, they came out with a 9-movie season, which is, it really isn't crazy. I mean, I know we're like, oh my gosh, taking forever. But I mean, they really did. What did they do? 8 or 9 episodes, something like that? 7, 8, 9? I mean, it was like creating at least 7. It was like creating 7 or 8 movies.
Oh, people like to sit on their ass and hate on things.
I know I do.
Not you. I'm just saying people.
It's so much fun.
It is. It's
a blast.
It's our way.
Yeah. So that is going to be coming out for Star Wars dorks like myself and Jaybird on Tuesday. And then I think it's December 20th or 21st, somewhere around there, the last Skywalker movie is going to be coming out, Rise of Skywalker.
That's the one I don't want.
We'll see. I mean, I'll give it a chance. I've given them all a chance, and I'm still hopeful. And you said that Jon Favreau's directed. Is Jon Favreau directing that one, or the newer one's coming out?
The one that I'm looking forward to, the Disney one.
Oh,
he's involved in that one.
Oh, okay. So the movie that's coming out, or the new ones they're making, or the Mandalorian?
The Mandalorian.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
So the new movie, the last installment, number 9. Yeah, no, it's by Abrams again, and it's gonna. Yeah, the last movie was so fucked that I don't even know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna still go Virginia, but I'm gonna get back on the microphone and bitch about it.
I know you'll be there.
You know I will. Yeah, of course.
Favreau's the one who did the Iron Man movies. If you liked Iron Man, he was very good with that. They say with Netflix, this is the whole thing. You just got to be like, wow, Netflix really was the first person that started this concept. I mean, genius. I mean, they really radically changing TV. And it's kind of funny, you now wonder, because this is going to be the onslaught. Once this kicks in on Tuesday, they're all coming, Virginia, HBO and Apple and everybody else. And I just thought, because I endorse Xfinity, and I just thought it was funny because Xfinity, the thing that I'm selling for them right now is this Xfinity Flex, which I got to get. I don't even have it yet. I'm just reading the description on it, and I guess it's out right now. You can get it.
Sounds cool.
What it is, but we're back to square one. Because what it is it's instead of having all these apps, because right now, like on my DVR with it, it's handy because I do get like YouTube and Netflix and all that stuff on the same DVR, so I can watch it on the same TV without switching around. But you do have to kind of exit out, and then you have to go and scroll. I'm hitting button, and that's it, counting buttons. And now it's this Flex package. It's going to take every single streaming service and put it up. I'm like going, wait a minute, these are just fucking TV channels. I'm like, we have come around and we're like going, oh, streaming service and all this stuff. And hello, we're just right back to TV networks.
What was old is new again, my friend.
Yes, and that's all it is. I'm like, there you go. And they call it a Flex package, and it has a different name, and it's, a little less, and there's this and there's that. But it is the exact same thing, basically. Now, I guess there's more depth within it, and it is different in the sense where if you look at a TV channel, you're trapped in whatever is on that channel at that time. So you go into a app or a streaming service like a Netflix, then that's an endless bounty. But, it is kind of interesting. I'm like, it's starting to eerily reorganize itself back into what looked like our regular cable package.
It's all been done before.
Yeah, kind of. As I read that, I'm like, well, there you go. But I do say it does make it easier. And so I think it's genius that they're getting on that because they're saying, where's this thing going? And like, oh, we know where you want to go because now you're complaining about, I have scattered apps all over the place. And Power, when I was watching the thing, it's on Stars. And they kept running a scroll that Xfinity is dropping Stars.
Oh,
and they say you will not be able to see the last 5 episodes of Power. And here's the problem. And they're like, they've got what's his name? Got shot 9 times. 50 Cent. He's on there, and he's like, you got to let Xfinity know. Be like, you're pissed off. To tell them not to drop Stars. You won't be able to see the last 5 episodes of it if you're an Xfinity customer. I'm like going, yeah, okay, maybe I will, but I'm like, you know what? I'll just watch it on the app. But then I'm like, oh, we don't have the app. Now I got to download the app. See, that's what it is. Everything's so loose and flying out there that's what Xfinity's doing. Be like, we'll help you out. We'll organize them all for you. Put them in a row. And that's what you're going to have to do because you're going to have all this kind of stuff that's going to happen. So Netflix is now reportedly losing $135 million a month due to password sharing.
Ooh.
They say that's $1.6 billion annually Netflix is losing because people are sharing passwords. Now, that's taking into account that everybody who's stealing their Netflix is going to pay for it, which that's going to be the problem Netflix is looking at because as soon as this hits and you got all these other different streaming services, are you going to keep Netflix? Are you going to go Disney Plus? Are you going to have Apple? Are you going to have HBO Now?
And all of them cost
or
money.
Go or whatever it is. I don't even know.
Got the kids coming in again today.
They're not coming in. They're just going to stare at us from another room. So
when are we going to invite them in and ask them about the radio industry and they're not going to really want to answer any questions?
Yeah.
I think we might have got past that.
I don't know. Not from what I've been told.
Well, you didn't get updated. You went to go take care of your dog. We got updated.
Yeah.
Shit. Look who's the Johnny come lately now.
Welcome to the show.
Yeah. You
sorry.
leave and you find out what happened.
I'm so sorry, Kevin.
You miss a day, you miss a lot.
You miss a minute, you miss a lot.
It's always moving around here. HBO is doing a big promotion to try to get a little bit of attention. They're giving away giant cardboard boxes so that college students can go inside of them to stream HBO in peace without being bothered by roommates.
That's funny.
I guess it sounds like a joke, but apparently it's kind of a real marketing gimmick they're doing to try to get attention for it. I remember when I was a kid, my dad, he had his own little business, and so he would have to get filing cabinets. That's how everybody kept stuff back in the day. And he would come home with these filing cabinet boxes. They were the coolest thing when you were a little kid.
You could build the best little fort with them.
It was unreal. Yeah, you could even cut like a window in it. You're just like, oh man, that was like Christmas when Dad would come home with a filing cabinet cardboard box.
Oh, we always made forts. We weren't really allowed out of the house, so we'd always make a fort underneath the dining room table. That was a big fort area for us.
Rocco and his little neighborhood friends just made the coolest forts not too long ago out of cardboard boxes. It still works today.
Yeah.
I remember my dad made me a clubhouse, and I about fucking lost mine. I could not believe I had a clubhouse to go to when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And it was the smallest little clubhouse.
But it's your own space.
It
I think that's
was.
what it is. It's like a place to call your own. It's hidden away.
Because I started my own little club called the Nightmare Club, and I was captain. I was hideaway in my
Nightmare Club.
The Nightmare Club, and my buddy JR.
Well, it makes sense. Jaybird has nightmares, so he got other friends that get nightmares.
JR was Captain Camo. I was Hideaway, and my sister was Thrasher. That was our code names.
Oh, okay. That's fun. That sounds like the Goonies.
Yeah, well, I think that's probably what I was getting it from.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, when I was a dirtbag back in Logan, we had a hideaway, a little fort that we were actually way too old for forts, but what we had done was they had a bridge over the Hocking River. It had traffic that went over it, but underneath they had like the beams and the girders. And so we had gone down, there's a lumber yard just right down the way. And so we got these wooden planks and some supports. We put them up there so we could build like a club. So you climb up under the bridge. You ever seen like a bridge like up there?
Yeah, that sounds kind of scary though. What if those boards gave way? Would you fall in the river?
Well, it was like it had embankments, so you just fall down on the embankments. But no, we were pretty good. I mean, I grew up with guys that were handy.
Okay.
It's
Like
Logan.
I wasn't. Yeah, it was Logan. So these guys are like carpenters and shit. You know, what I mean, these
And
guys
tough.
knew. Yeah, tough. They knew their way around woodworking. Like
I mean,
that
they
was
fall off a bridge. They're getting right back up and rebuilding shit.
I hung out with the shop class all stars. Like these guys, it was they were building like grandfather clocks in shop class.
Wow.
You know? Yeah. So these boys know how to work with saws and things
But
like that.
to me, that's like a hangout for teenagers. That's fun.
Yeah, we did. So we would go up there and smoke and drink.
Yeah.
They're our mullets, so the Motley Crew. you know?
Let's drink, smoke, and fight.
Yeah,
Sounds awful.
It's so awful.
yeah, it's the best you got in Logan, though, man.
You got to be
Trying to
tough
make
in
it
that
work.
town.
You do. That's why I'm not there. Would you not be dead?
You gotta
You
get
got to
out.
be tough.
I knew it.
Get the fuck out.
Clock was ticking for me. Yeah. It was kind of like the whole town was just walking down the street, with rocks and chains coming after me, and I just drove out.
Yeah, you speak of Logan, Ohio, but you don't come off like Logan, Ohio.
I'm not a good representation. I'm not a good native son of what Logan is all about. Got an email here talking about the Nightmare Club. Maybe somebody wants to jump in it here, Jay Bird. This is just kind of crazy because some people do. I mean, thank God I just sleep and everything's peaceful and fun and I wake up rested and it's good, but not a lot of people are like that. Somebody sent this email and said, I'm almost hesitant to write this because I don't know what you guys think about me and you're probably going to think I'm weird. I do feel that maybe Jaber would be able to relate to what I'm talking about here, but I've always had really scary or even violent night terrors.
Oh, yes, that's him.
Sometimes it's like watching a story or a movie. Other times it's like I'm somebody else experiencing them. Sometimes they involve sleep paralysis. They're so vivid, I can write them down in great detail. I'm a really nice person overall, so I can't explain where this comes from. I don't suffer from mental illness, though I do have a little bit of anxiety, and a few times after I dream it, sometimes what I dreamt has come out on the news or something very similar a few days later. I freaked out a ton of people because of it, because I'll tell them the dream, be like going, I had this vivid dream, and they give me the details, and then 2 days later it's on the news, and like going, how did you do that? Like, what is going on with you? And it's freaking them out in a sense. It's like they're getting premonitions in their sleep. And I will tell you that for centuries, people have believed in this. You go all the way back to the Assyrians, and I'm talking 3,000, 4,000 years ago, Virginia. A lot of these kings would actually have their own dream interpreters on their staff. And there's a book in the Bible called Daniel, and it's this guy, the people that could interpret dreams and things like that. And this happens a lot, even in ancient texts like the Bible, where they would interpret dreams and things would come true. And I mean, how crazy is this? This just sounds like a modern day version of somebody who has that, and it's that whole realm of the unexplained.
You don't know if your dreams are trying to tell you something, but what if they are and you don't listen?
If they start coming true and you're freaking other people out and you're like, okay, and that's clearly like, imagine a big time news story. And somebody would tell you, imagine if it were a week ago and somebody would be like, I had this vivid dream. There were these 9 women and children that were gunned down in Mexico, and they were like part of the Mormon church, and they had dual citizenship, and imagine those kind of details. And they were in 3 SUVs, and
You'd
the
be like,
cartel
what the
bombed it
hell?
out. And then 2 days later, it happens on the news. How freaked out would you be if one of your friends told you that exact same story, and then 2 days later, removed, you see that story breaking on the news?
That's the guy whose dreams you listen to.
That's where you're like, what the hell, man?
To go back to that email right there, I know what it's like to where, I don't know if you guys ever get that. There's certain dreams where you're seeing yourself like a movie, almost in third person. I'm seeing myself walk. Like there was one where I was at Jonathan Dickinson and I couldn't find my little sister Becky. I'm looking for her and I can see myself trying to find her. And then I see myself pick this thing up out of the water, and it's her severed head with a smiley face stitched on it.
Jaybird.
It was awful.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Now, if that comes true, that's...
It stops the room.
It's off the room. I'm sorry.
Scream.
I woke up. It was rough.
Wow.
She has a separation between just night terrors and premonitions. And, that to me is what is the whoa, that's crazy. Now, horrific nightmares, I feel for you if you have those kind of things and you see the kind of shit Jaybird does. That's terrible. But
Right.
Yeah, but to have something and... what would be, you would probably be in a point if you're, and it says sleepless and freaked out in South Florida, if you're this person, you're probably like, okay, you maybe have told it to somebody one time, and then after that, you're like, do I tell people about these dreams again? Because I'm freaking people out, and people, like, they don't know, because you don't know how to handle that person. do you keep telling them or do you keep this stuff to yourself? And then could you imagine that burden? Like if you really could see like these terrible things, imagine, like a 9/11. You saw that a week before it happened and you're like, and you now really believe in the credibility of your dreams.
It's heavy.
And you're like, okay, what? It's always been a movie plot. Like, what do you do when you know something is happening and you see it, time travel, whatever it might be, and they're trying to warn people and you're like, they just look like a mad person.
Some people even have that without dreaming. You always hear those stories where someone's getting a bad feeling from, they have no idea, and like across the country, their loved one died at the same time, and it's like their soul knew. They had intuition on the whole thing, a premonition.
I think if you're a person looking for purpose in your life, it can be cool. It can be a gift. It can be a blessing. But I think if you've already got a bunch of stuff going on and now you're getting these premonitions where you have to go and help people and save people and change things, like that just seems overwhelming. I'm not going to be able to function well.
I keep on getting this vision of tomorrow by the third of the day, I'm going to be really, really annoyed. I don't know why. It's like
you have a feeling.
It's an intuition. It's a premonition. It's a spiritual.
Keep talking. I'll throw your puke bucket on you.
Oh, please don't. I have zero fight. I was just trying to.
It's still in here.
I know. I'll throw it away.
Your vomit bucket's still in here.
I'll throw it away. Oh, you got a lot of nerve, lady. You pissed in a bucket and then walked out.
I was drinking.
See, there you go.
Are the kids gone?
On that note,
I saw them usher them out of here quickly. I don't know if the audio popped on in there or they're like, all right, come on, get out of here.
Because even if they just heard that last 20 seconds, your puke butt. Oh, you pissed in his office.
They're animals.
Stephanie sent an email. I said, where can I find the audio for Virginia at the Dolphins game when she was all drunk trying to pet that player's mustache? I know I hear her on the beginning of Drunk Girl Trivia, but I would love to replay that whole thing again. Please tell me where I can find it.
I don't think we have it. That clip we got was a excerpt of a promo that we had. So we had the clip that we'd run over on commercial, but we didn't have the whole bit.
Jeez.
I know. That one computer, man.
Yeah. We still do have that hard drive somewhere,
We
right?
do.
Okay.
We just, every time we give it to somebody, it turns really sketchy.
Yeah.
And shady.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there's a fucking dinosaur lizard.
It's a fucking dinosaur.
It's an iguana. It's just chilling up here.
There's an iguana on the balcony. First of all, how does he get up 5 stories?
They can climb. Believe me, I was laughed off of social media when I was like, do iguanas, how did they get up here? Oh, they climb, bird. They can climb. So I guess they can climb this high.
Wow.
Yeah, but it's a big old son of a bitch, and I was not expecting to see that. I see something moving around over there by Virginia.
Look at old jumpy McSevered head over here.
I know. He's not himself today. He Ralphed up.
I am not myself today.
A lot of his soul.
I swear, man, that Oregon trip really fucked my equilibrium up. I am still off.
Does. Throws you off. I was just, I didn't know it's overkill, but I was reading another article today on just the health issues some people are going through because of the time change. And it was just more information. A lot of it was still the same stuff, heart attacks, things like that. But they're finding like even mental issues it's causing problems with. And so people that are already kind of on the edge of, they're finding that hour is making a big difference with people who are just barely holding on.
Well, I just
by the fingertips, and when you do that, that's the shove they need.
I just read an article about people who don't sleep are more likely to suffer from a stroke, and that article alone made me not want to sleep. I was like, I'm gonna have a fucking stroke.
I know.
I couldn't sleep.
Yeah. I said, I saw the video on YouTube when Virginia took the pregnancy test, see if she was pregnant with Rocco, and holy crap, I bawled like a little bitch.
Aww.
Jason, we missed you so much when you were in Oregon. Go Ducks.
Saw a lot of duck stuff out there.
Yeah. No, you do. I saw the one where you go in that liquor store. They had kind of like the border war thing that they have, or whatever they call it there, the rivalry with Oregon State, which really isn't much of a rivalry.
People were really nice in Oregon, man.
Yeah.
They really were. At least the area that I was at.
There are a lot of rural
Very
areas.
peaceful.
Yeah, just kind of just having a good time.
The climate had to be gorgeous.
You know what they say? It's usually this time of year rainy and cold and shitty. And all 3 days I was there was beautiful, sunny with the most crisp, cool air.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, it was awesome.
I
Good for
love
you.
that.
Yeah, it was really peaceful.
Yeah.
No humidity.
No, it was unbelievable. Yeah, I could wear pants and be so comfortable.
I'm so jealous.
Stephanie might be from Oregon. I'm not sure. She said, Kevin, do you watch much of the Pac-12? If so, what do you think of Jason Herbert? He's the Oregon quarterback. Please send a shout out to my Ducks. They have been doing so good this season. I've been doing so good this season. There you go. Yeah, watch a little bit of it. Jason Herbert is going to be one of the top 4 quarterbacks picked in the NFL draft. He looks really good. Nice touchdown to interception ratio. Ducks look good. I think he lost his top receiver. And we'll see what happens. They could win the Pac-12 and wind up in the playoffs. So there you go. Try to make my sports reports as quick as possible.
You do tend to lose the room when you start talking.
I know. So
the Big Ten.
Yeah.
The Big Ten. Now
I was Pac-12. I was Pac-12.
Oh, you're going real specific now. Pac-12. 12.
I was Pac-12 there. Probably even lose more people on that one than the Big Ten even. Got a photo to kind of fill in the blanks yesterday. The story we talked about the girl that jacked the motorized cart from the Publix and got grand theft on it. Cops surrounded her. Said, yeah, we're crossing North Lake Boulevard near I-95. Okay, I know the Publix they took it from then. It's the one just west of I-95 there.
Oh,
on
yeah.
North Lake. Yeah.
I know that Publix.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, we still suspect to this day a concerned Karen called the Publix and ratted us out.
Concerned Karen.
Yes.
That's like Kids Bop Karen.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess we should have been listening to Kids Bop instead of thieving. Yeah, for the record. What's going on?
He's videotaping the iguana.
Oh, right now? Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Sorry, I'm back. I'm back, baby.
Kevin's trying to do a show. I mean,
And I love it.
have you no respect?
I'm so sorry.
For the record, the girl actually did and still does have diabetes. She was the one who originally thought of the idea that she was going to, when the cops pulled over, to.
Oh, okay. So she legit had it.
Yeah, so she could put a good act on what it's like going into diabetic shock. Then she immediately flipped when she saw the cops. But there they are. There's a photo of them on the motorized cart. There's your proof.
Oh, ladies.
Going across.
Oh, ladies.
Yeah, going across North Lake there, trying to make their getaway.
Oh, I know
They
where
were
that's.
young, too. They were young, so they weren't drunk.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
by
North
the-
Lake?
Yeah, that's North Lake. That's right by the Publix there. That's where they're taking the motorized cart from.
Oh, yeah. That's my old stomping ground right there.
Oh, yeah. There you go. All right. Somebody else sent in something for us that they would love for us to do. It's a little lengthier, so I figured we'd do it on the podcast. It is Instagram fishing. I'd seen this a couple days ago, and who knows, if it's legit, but it's making its round, and we finally got a request to do it here. So, did Denny's give you the copies? Good.
Yes.
Okay, so everybody's got their parts there.
I do. I've memorized mine, ready to go.
Okay, what this is a bride, and maybe you know, and maybe you've seen the story, so you just hear us act it out.
This is long.
Yes, it is. It's a bride that apparently had raised $30,000 for her wedding and then decided, you know what, no, we're not going to do it, and we're going to keep the $30,000. And it's the reaction to people on Instagram being like, wait, what? We gave you money for this wedding, and you're not going to have it, just pocket the money and just go about life and be like, thanks. Okay, goodbye. Yeah, so people were not real happy with that. So what we got here, I'll play the bride. Virginia will play the groom's friend on here.
Is that on page 32?
Yeah. And then what I've done here is we've got the bride, Virginia doing the groom's friend. So we kind of take the first part. And now what I've done here on the back end is I'm really going to be demanding a lot of Denny's and Jaybird here to act this out, because they're going to be taking kind of the back end of this, Virginia, but they're going to be playing multiple roles.
Uh-oh.
So they're going to have to put on different voices here. It starts off with Denny's playing the grandmother of the groom. Oh, and fix that correction, because I made you... let me have... yeah. So I put Virginia on that. That's wrong. Okay, do you see that one, Denny's? Grandmother of the groom?
Yes.
Yeah. So you want to change that. So that's actually you, not Virginia. Sorry, Virginia.
That's okay.
This is all the stuff I got to do while people were looking in the window at me and making me nervous. Okay, so then Denny's will be playing the grandmother of the groom. Jaber will be playing the role of the snitch, probably. Denny's will just play the random role of some guy. Jaber then plays the role of some family member. And then Jaber will finish it up by playing the role of the rich uncle.
Okay.
Jaber, you got 3 different parts that you're going to have to be different for.
Good for you. Wow, Kevin is really trusting you.
You're going to play the role of the snitch, some family member, and a rich uncle. Jaber, those are your parts. And for you, Denny's, you're the grandmother of the groom, and then you have to play some guy. Okay?
Alrighty.
So you've got 2. Jaber's got 3 here. All right. You think you got this?
Yeah, let's just see how this goes.
He's making no promises.
I want to see what you guys are doing because yours is lengthy.
Kevin's is.
I mean, wow.
Kevin's is real lengthy.
Thank you, Virginia.
It's thick too.
Yeah. Thank you,
Juicy.
Jaber. Yeah. After much reflection... Oh, by the way, I'm the bride, if you don't know.
Okay.
After much reflection and tear-filled conversation with our closest family members, we've decided to cancel our upcoming winter wedding. We will further notify this group when we are in a better place to reschedule. We thank each and every one of you for your generous early donations to our money fund. Can you believe we've raised over $30,000? Unbelievable.
$30,000.
Don't worry. The money you've donated will not be spent in vain, but rather used towards a honeymoon in the coming months. After we regain financial stability and hold calm in our hearts after a honeymoon, we will announce a new wedding date and reopen our money fund for any further gifts. Weddings are expensive. We are blessed to have such generous family members who have given us these large donations. It will help offset honeymoon costs and to scale to an even better future wedding. We really couldn't have made it this far without you. Please stay tuned. In the meantime, though, I'll be updating our gift fund registry on Amazon if anybody would like to gift us something to take on a honeymoon. If you have any ideas on where we can go, please PM me or Edward. As mentioned, we will keep you updated when we are reopening our money fund and we have a new wedding date.
I took a week off of work, donated $100, and now you're telling me you're going to use $30,000 fucking dollars for a honeymoon before a wedding? Are you insane? You got your lump sum, and now you say, hasta la vista to your family and friends? $30,000 is financial stability. And a couple of bags of crack after your honeymoon that you're going to need. Financial stability. And then the cherry on the cake, you have the... Can I say this? You have the MF in Christ on a Bike's audacity to request more gifts? Have I unknowingly digested drugs? Because this is insane.
Did you just censor motherfucker but say the Lord's name in vain?
Yes.
I can't put them together.
Okay, but censor...
And this is a podcast.
Yeah, say motherfucker. Don't say the Lord's name in vain. What?
I can't say MF and the Lord's name
Well,
together.
just say motherfucker. Interesting choice.
I thought Christ on a Bike was funny. I didn't want to cut that out.
Okay.
All right.
Back to the bride. LMAOO. You're funny. You have the wrong idea. Actually, as long as your gift left your bank account and into mine with your own consent, how is it any of your business how I actually spent that money? It's going to a pre-wedding honeymoon, and then some of the extra will fund an even more extravagant wedding. So I wanted to cancel, but I really don't even need to tell you what I'm using it for, now do I?
Here comes the grandmother of the groom. Please answer your phone.
Right now, I can't. Edward and I have a lot to deal with.
It will take 5 minutes. Please answer it now.
Wait, hold on, where does this go? Oh, you know what? This is all over the fucking place. Oh, this is, you know what? We got Xerox copies on the front and back. Oh, you see this?
There's front and backs?
Oh, holy shit, I'm not reading all this.
As I was saying, I'm like, this is so long.
Why is it that this copy only did front and then this copy did front and back, and then this one only does front. What kind of fucking copy machine do we have around here?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think another radio station might sabotage us.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
That's why I kept on saying it. Guys, this is so long.
Well, we only have half of it. Kevin's got more. He's got backsides.
It does front and back. Yeah.
But this is real, though. I mean,
Oh,
can you
yeah,
believe?
I think it is.
She is insane.
She goes on to say, I don't understand why everybody's so upset with me. People are talking about lawyering up here in some of the posts. She's like, calm down. You're making me feel very attacked and hanged up on. You chose to donate to me. If I want to use the money, who cares how I told you the wedding is getting rescheduled, not canceled? And so, yeah, she's fighting back with people who are saying, how dare you be? Like, that's crazy stuff.
One guy is like, I gave you $12,000 on behalf of my
Jaber,
family.
We'll pick that up because I want to hear you do Rich Uncle. Let's do Rich Uncle through. This is the finish of it. So we kind of got you caught up. She's got family members that are fighting with her after she did this move. So, Jaber, pick it up at your role at Rich Uncle.
You aren't responding to my calls or my texts. I'm just going to tell you, you are to return my more than generous $12,000 donation on behalf of my family in 1 week. If on 11/13/2019 I do not see my money, my thing's fucking cut off.
In my bank account.
It's cut off. It's cut off.
If I don't see the money in my bank account, I'll be seeing you in court.
This is unacceptable, and it cut off again.
It's betrayal towards your family.
All right, it cut off. I can't see it.
You're putting this on public social media? Have some freaking class. No, it's my money now. You gave it to me. I'm going through tough times, so now you want it back? That's not how donations work.
My donation was given under the fair assumption that you and Edward were going to be married on December 1st and what my entire family would attend. We donate early and trusted you to respect that. You've broken your plans, and now we want you.
Get our money back.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I can't read it.
Pretty
Can
messed
you
up.
believe that?
I cannot believe that.
It's one of those ones you just wonder. It's like, okay, is this a elaborate ruse with people playing their parts and their roles, or did this legit go down like this?
Dang.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just shocking that anybody would collect $30,000 in wedding gifts and then cancel the wedding.
Yeah.
You know, some people are, though. Some people,
I've never heard of that.
some people just don't give a shit.
There's a story on Facebook. I don't know if you believe this either, but maybe it's a way to try to pick somebody up. There's a guy supposedly that sent a message to a stranger on Facebook a few days ago after seeing her photo and realizing that she was pretty hot. And in the message, he just basically put, yeah, my grandfather died. And then he's like going, oh, I'm so sorry. I meant to send this to somebody else. And then a conversation started. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry to hear about your grandfather. And they start chatting and all that kind of stuff. And then it winds up he hits on her and asks her out and asks if she's single. So she then, it's like, oh, my gosh. She realizes what happened. She posted the whole screenshot of his pickup technique on Twitter, and now it's going viral. So You know what? Is that completely like tacky and tasteless, or is it somewhat genius if you're like, she's kind of hot and you act like you send a message to her by accident that your grandfather has died and you get the whole sympathy angle, because apparently she was buying into it for a while. So, I don't know. All right. Well, actually, I lost the room.
No, you haven't. You have not.
Aww.
All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. We got 1 day left. We'll see you then. Goodbye.
Problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.